What's good, YouTube? I'm gonna go ahead and do another dungeon finder, see what I can get this time. So let's go ahead and check it. See, tank queues, damn near instant. So if you're a tank or a healer while leveling, it's pretty good. So this one's gonna be Wailing Caverns, WC. So we got a fresh new set of quests. So go ahead and grab up these quests. There's 3. They're not as cool as the Ragefire Chasm ones where there was 3,500 experience a quest, but 1,500 is 1,500. So let's go ahead and charge in. Start. So we have to kill all these people of the Fang. Then we also have to get 10 deviate hides from these deviate monsters. And we have to get 5 serpent blooms. So they're going to be little flowers on the ground that you have to get. Fortunately, I don't have an AoE ability yet. Like I said, warriors kind of get shafted in that aspect for tanking. They don't get AoE ability until level 20. So this dungeon is going to be a little bit bigger than the Ragefire Chasm, but same premise. Just try to hold aggro on as much as you can. If you have a druid tank or a druid healer, as you can see that green circle, go ahead and just stand in it. All that's going to do is it's going to heal you while you stand in it. So it's going to give you a little bit more sustainability. So a lot of the times in World of Warcraft, you want to move out of things. The green flowery glow thing on the ground is one of those things you do not want to move out of. So gotten 1 hide so far, which is okay. Just don't forget to loot. So it looks like the slime's going to get pulled too. So like I said, I like to tab target when I'm in low levels because I don't have an AoE. So, and by AoE I mean area of effect ability, so that I can't really keep threat as easy as somebody like a paladin or a druid. Actually, I don't think druids get swipe until later on too. So, but I got 2. So the first boss is going to be right up here around the corner, and her name is Lady Anacondra. So yes, it's like Anaconda, but Anacondra. So let's go ahead and charge in. And she has 12,100 health. Should go down relatively quick. She likes to sleep people, so if you have an interrupt, try to use it. I don't think anybody really has an interrupt at this low level, but it's all good. You don't really need that other person. So I'm going to go ahead and throw an ability at this snake thing. Oh, it's healing. Don't let the heal get... Okay, cool. The heal did not get off. So let her do her thing. And let's see what she drops. She drops Belt of the Fang. 6 stam at this low level is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and need on it, and I want it, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it on. And those gloves for... Oh, already in combat again. I was going to say those gloves that I got in Ragefire Chasm, I was going to throw them on too, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to before I got back into combat. So now let's go ahead and throw those gloves on. Now these little serpent bloom, they look like little flowers along the edges of the map. So go ahead and look for them. I like to come up here and clear this section out first, just because you're going to have to come this way anyway at the end. So might as well clear this side. Don't really necessarily have to clear the other side. I mean, you can if you want the extra experience, because these are elite mobs, but don't feel obligated. So there's one of the serpent blooms right there. That's what they look like. They look like little sparkling flowers. So unfortunately, when you're the tank, you don't normally get to go randomly run off and pick your flowers first. So the healer wants me to go hard and push him. Well, the issue with that is I can't really hold threat. So I'm glad he wants to be pushed. He wants to have a harder instance, but it's not really hard healing on a druid. All they do is throw rejuve. So at least at this low level. At higher levels, it's a little bit easier to push somebody, but when you only have 1 or 2 healing abilities, especially when they're both hots, there's not really much I can push you. It's not pushing you, it's pushing the the ability of how fast your hot can tick, which they all tick the same unless you have haste. So there's no real benefit for me to push this guy to make him have a harder time. So don't get baited into overpulling and potentially wiping your group. You don't want to be that guy. So now that we got those, let's go ahead and charge over here, and I'm gonna jump after we kill this guy. So that's all you really need to clear out. So if they want to go pull other things, that's cool on them, but I'm dropping. So looks like the mage pulled, but that's okay because I don't care. So now we're going to go this way to the next leader of the Fang. And actually this flower is going to come to me. So now I'm one of 5 flowers. Go ahead and charge. Remember, charging helps you clear a lot of distance, so don't forget to use it. Let's go ahead and loot. Yay, got another hide. So I'm at 7 of 10 now. 3 more leaders of the Fang and 4 more flowers. So there's a boss that pats this way. His name is Kresh. He only drops a shield, but he's worth killing because he's a boss. So make sure that you get all your bosses done. Bosses are what's going to give you the most amount of experience in dungeons, so it's what makes them worth it. Outside of the fact that almost every mob in a dungeon is an elite. So there's sometimes a few mobs that aren't elites, but most of the time they are. So they're going to yield better drops and better experience. So there's 2 mobs over here and 1 mob that I just face pulled. So let's go ahead and try to grab them all. Looks like one of them's a normal mob, but he's actually an elite. So don't let that trick you. He has the same amount of health, he just is smaller for some reason. And so the mage probably jumped and didn't unsummon his pet, which is okay. But when you do that, you tend to pull mobs. So just be aware of your surroundings and the way your pet is going to pat if you play a pet class. You don't want to wipe a group because you forgot to unsummon your pet or your tank didn't want to clear somebody. So I'm actually going to be able to get that flower before that lightning bolt came off, so that's really good. Oh no, he's going to heal. No. Oh, luckily they don't heal for anything, so that was really good. So we already have all our 10 hides, so now we just have to worry about killing the leaders of the Fang, which there's one right there. So as soon as charge comes up here in about 2 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and charge in, go ahead and get some decent damage on him with my shield slam. Got that threat going. Now I'm back on him. So I recommend doing this in defensive stance just because you take 25% less damage. Who doesn't want to take less damage when you're the focus of the attraction? I mean, you can really just do this in whatever you wanted to. If I had Berserker Stance, which Berserker Stance increases the damage I do, but also increases the damage I take, I probably could do it in Berserker Stance. But
it doesn't increase the damage you take anymore.
Oh, it doesn't?
Nope.
Oh, that's really cool. So there's the armor of the Fang. Unfortunately, I have BOA gear, so I'm going to go ahead and pass on it. That and it's leather. The only reason I took the belt is because the belt gives 6 stam. And it's leather, so it's better than cloth, but it's probably better than something I had. It was better than what I had for sure. So just make sure that you're looting gear that actually goes to you in most cases. I'm not going to tell you to, turn down an upgrade, but if there's cloth boots and you're a male plate wearer, there's no real reason for you to take those cloth boots unless potentially you're a paladin and you need them for healing or something like that, then I could see that. But as a warrior, there's no reason I'm ever going to take cloth boots. So oh, ding, level 18. So second boss in, and I'm already level 18. So we got shield block. It costs 60 rage, and it's going to increase the chance that I block. So I probably will never use it. It's just a oh shit kind of button. Try to keep me alive as much as possible. I'm actually going to charge this guy, interrupt that slumber, so somebody doesn't get sleeped. Let's go ahead and stun. Go ahead and get aggro. Go back to the other guy. Ooh, Gloves of the Fang. So Gloves of the Fang, they're better than what I have. I can always use the 2-piece. They're also BOE, so they just drop off of random things. Remember, when you loot things in dungeons, that's Dungeon Finder, and you need on them, just remember that if it's BOE, it's going to soulbound or soulbind to you. So it was a way Blizzard got away from people just needing on BOE stuff and then throwing it on the auction house. But since they're an upgrade, as soon as I get out of combat, I'm going to throw them on. So my buddy wants to know why I'm leveling a warrior. I do have a warrior, but my warrior is alliance, and so I would like a horde warrior. I have probably one of every level 90 except mage and rogue. So, but some of them are alliance, and some of them are horde. I started with horde, and I really like the alliance, and I switched to alliance when faction swapping came around. So when you could faction swap, I was like, why not try the alliance now? And then you could have both alliance and horde members on PvP servers. So it made it a little easier to do that because I'm a big fan of PvP servers. Some people do their RP thing, some people do the role playing, or that's RP, but some people do the PvE. I prefer PvP, so that's what this character is going to be leveled as. He's going to be leveled as a prop PvP champion. So let's go ahead and open my bag. I got a back piece, but the back piece doesn't really work for me just because I already have the BOA back piece. So it's going to be sold for 16 silver. So not bad, not bad.
Do you know where the door is to the Cataclysm dungeon and where BRD is?
Yeah, it's underneath yeah, Lowers. Lower Black Rock Spires. So you go like you're going to Lowers, but you don't jump up to get to Lowers. You just keep running that way, and it's going to be on your left-hand side. So he wants to know basically where. Ooh, and I got a 6 strength 4 hit belt. So let's go ahead and take that too. The 2-set bonus is 5 intellect. It's probably not as good, but we'll see if I get the belt. And I did get the belt. So I'm going to be a good friend and ask this rogue if he wants the belt. Do you want the belt of the Fang? So normally tanks stack stam, but in this case I'm just leveling, don't really need it. Warriors get attack power from strength, and I think, yeah, just attack power. So some classes get parry from strength also. I don't know. Let's check. Parry gives me some kind of rating. I don't know if I have any parry on any of my BOA gear. I don't know. But strength seems better along with hit also. The more you hit, the more damage you do. So I still need 1 flower. There's that boss Kresh that I was talking about earlier. Let's go ahead and kill him. He drops a shield. It would be good for transmog maybe. There's 2 different shields he can drop. One is straight garbage but looks pretty cool. The other one is better than the other one but still pretty bad and doesn't look as cool. So here's the one that looks kind of cool. It's kind of garbage, has no stats, just 700 armor. I'm going to go ahead and need it just because. And I lost the roll to the shaman. So at least the shaman can wear a shield, so I'm not as mad. But it is what it is. So they moved this boss, actually, and they shortened this dungeon. This next boss didn't used to be here, but he is now, so this is where he's going to die, unfortunately. He likes to run, so just be careful. or at least he liked to run the last time I was in here. So I don't necessarily know if he's a runner or whatnot. Maybe someone pulled aggro off me. But so we still need 1 flower, and we need to kill 1 more leader of the Fang. So my DPS is actually relatively low right now. I'm only pulling like 120 DPS, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Still doing about 50% of the damage almost. So I'm critting for a little bit over 1,000 with my shield slams. Make sure nobody has aggro, because I think he summons something maybe. I don't know. Maybe I just had a really bad experience that someone pulled in the past. So, nope, there he goes. He likes to run in fear. And winner, winner, chicken dinner. So he dropped a back piece that doesn't really work for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and greed because I already have the BOA back piece. Oh, and there's a crocodile. So, crocodile dead. Okay, let's go ahead and pull. I feel really bad because this druid really wants me to pull more, but I just don't have the capability of pulling more, unfortunately. I don't have Thunderclap until level 20, which I'm almost level 18 and a half. Let's go ahead and taunt this guy off. I'm actually going to move these. I keep war stomping on accident or clicking on war stomp. But so I got all 5 of my flowers though now. I was able to loot it while tanking. And while that guy's dying, let's go ahead and run up because you can charge, clear some distance, get some damage on him. So cool, pulled him. Charge isn't going to be up in time, but I'll be able to snag him, hopefully. So got them. This guy really wants me to pull more, so I'm just going to keep pulling, I guess. He only has 2 heals, unfortunately. He has Rejuve and Regrowth. So they're both really strong heals, but one of them has a cast, one of them's an instant, and they're both hots. Regrowth does some healing up front and then some healing over time. And then Rejuve is just healing over time. So let's go ahead and charge in. Get some snap thread on that guy. I really wish I had Thunderclap. It would make this a lot easier when pulling multiple mobs. You just charge in, you Thunderclap, and it applies a debuff to everybody. It does damage to everybody, and just it's way nicer when trying to hold AoE threat. So I can't really wait till I'm level 20 and I get Thunderclap, but I'll be there soon enough, so no real worries. And as you can see, from these videos, I'm leveling up quite a bit faster than I was when I was questing. And it's just because the amount of experience you get per mob in here is different because they're all elites, pretty much. So the experience you get is greater. You have multiple people in your group, so you're actually pulling more things. Your loot's getting better because the mobs that you can pull, and in dungeons your loot's increased, like bosses and things like that. So I recommend doing as many dungeons as you can while leveling.
Holy shit. This is the squishiest Death Knight I have ever seen.
So right there, don't forget to jump. I've seen a lot of people fall off. So my dog's talking to me. She wants me to. She thinks I'm probably going crazy or something. I'm gonna get her a treat here in just a second. So, ugh. I remember back in the day, people would come in here as hunters just to get this blue deviate scale, Dreadfang, just because there was only like 2 or 3 of them throughout the entire instance. So they were a more rare pet to find by look. That's really not the case anymore. People don't really do that because there's no benefit to having one pet over the other. all pets can do everything now. So back in the day, people used to camp rare spawn pets, not only because one, they looked cooler, but two, they were actually physically better. They had better stats and things. But nowadays, it doesn't really matter because all pets have the exact same stats. Which I wish Blizzard would bring that back. I liked having the novelty of camping a rare spawn, rare looking pet, and it actually doing something instead of look cool. Now, don't get me wrong, there are certain pets like the spirit beasts and stuff that have their own special abilities, but they're no better than the level 4 boar you got when you were in Duratar. So,
Pets do still have special abilities.
no, that's what I'm saying. They still have special abilities, but their stats aren't different.
Mm.
I wish you would listen.
You can't min max pets anymore.
Yep, you cannot min-max pets. My buddy's trying to make me look uncredible in my YouTube videos. It's great, but it's all good. So we're going to kill this guy. He's going to be the last boss of the dungeon, really, but there's one more boss fight that you have to do before you actually get the bonus experience and bag. So some people back in the day, they would skip the boss because it's a little time consuming, but we're not going to skip it because we want the bag. That's what we're here for. We're here for the bonus experience and the bag. So let's head back to the beginning of the dungeon. Behind this guy, you can drop down, and it'll take you to like this little water thing on the first level, which is pretty close to the entrance. I mean, it's not right there, but it's pretty close. So just run over here, and we're almost to the beginning of the dungeon, where we turn these quests in and start the escort quest to the last boss. It took me a long time to realize that this boss actually existed, just because of the sheer fact that I never did him. So there was no reason to do him unless you were like a twink. There's a gem he drops that gives you shoulders that I think are required level 20 now, where they used to be required level 19. So you could use them on a level 19 twink back in the day. But you just talk to this guy right here, and he'll actually start the escort quest. But we're going to turn these quests in first. Get some experience. Yay, completed 5 dungeon quests. And this might actually ding me. So let's see, which one do I want? Can't take the chest pieces, and my boots aren't better. So I'm going to go ahead and take these boots. Just because the crit, I'll lose one agility for 4 crit all day, every day. So even though they're leather, it doesn't really bother me. That one person left, I still have my healer. So we're just going to continue on. This person that joins in is just going to get a free bag pretty much, and dungeon completion experience. So I'm going to go ahead and open a tray. Oh, he only has a starter edition, so I'm going to go ahead and open. No, there's no reason. If he is just a starter edition, then oh, there they are. So let's go ahead and get these guys. The healer almost got wrecked. So, but he's going to keep moving, so that's good. It's really easy, like beneficial to clear these guys before you go on, because like I said before at the beginning, he's going to run this way. So there's no reason on killing all these extra mobs when you don't have to. So he's going to sit here and he's going to channel a little bit. And I think a couple mobs are going to spawn, but nothing too big. Yep, so there's one. Back pedal charge. Let's get some damage on everything so that I kind of have aggro. Let's go ahead. Make this so much easier once I hit level 20. But as we can tell, I've only gotten one level, and I don't think I'm actually going to physically level from this. I don't think I can get a full level, so for completing the dungeon. It'd be really cool. Maybe if I was recruiter friending or had the potion, the 1 hour potion. The 1 hour potion is a little tricky to use, especially when you're a tank, just because if you die, the potion goes away. So if you're tanking, you don't want to pull too fast. Um, and if you're DPS, try not to die, try not to pull a threat. So he runs to this point and then he still RP walks. He used to RP walk the entire way, but luckily Blizzard got on board and was like, that really sucks. It takes 20 minutes to complete this quest, all for an item that you basically only really use on a twink. So now we wait. There's going to be 2 or 3 waves of minions, and then the boss. It's a giant murloc. So as you can see, here comes the first wave. It's going to be some snakes. It looks like. So let's go ahead and grab him, and we're going to charge in over here to grab this one. And then there's that third one back there. We're going to try to taunt if we can get in range, which we did. So, this Ret Paladin hits hard. He has BOA gear, so that's pretty good. Go ahead and inspect him real quick so you guys can see it. So he has the 2-handed axe, and then he has the legs. He also has 1 trinket, chest piece, shoulder, no back, and head piece. So he's missing a back. So there's a little bit of experience gain because the back does give 5% experience gain that he's missing, but that's okay. I really want Thunderclap. Blizzard, please give Thunderclap before level 20. So that's wave 2. There might be one more. I don't really remember. It might just be the Murloc guy now. We'll find out. So something horrendous and murky. It's just the Murloc guy. So charge in, start beating his face. That's what I do. I like to beat people's face. That's why I'm playing a warrior. Be all up in your face. I'm gonna put my face inside your face and hopefully wreck your face. Well, this is gonna conclude the Wailing Caverns tutorial. So go ahead and like my video if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.